Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to do a follow-up on the Duckstarter project. So we're going to take a look at what happens after you get whitelisted and what the chances are of getting into one of these projects and actually getting tokens. If you like the sound of that, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe at the end of this video. So before we dive in, we're going to take a look at what Duckstarter is. So Duckstarter is the launchpad managed by DuckDao. So they're going to look for interesting projects and then present them to us, the DuckDao community. Then we can show our interest by trying to get whitelisted. Once we're whitelisted, we're able to buy the tokens. If you're able to get our hands on some tokens, we'll be able to buy them cheaper. And then usually about 2 weeks after we are able to buy the tokens, there will be an IDO and then the tokens will be available to the public. This means that we're able to buy tokens very early and at a discount, which means that there is a lot more potential for big gains. Alright, so once you signed up, and let's just assume that you did all the steps to get into AmpNet, for example, and you did it all before the cutoff time, you filled in the form, and you are ready to go. Hopefully you will get an email that says that you're whitelisted. Important to know, I never got an email. It was just a few days ago. I was looking at the website, looking at the new projects, and then I saw this upcoming projects and previous projects. So just out of pure interest, I clicked on select and wanted to see some information about the project, and this is what you get. So if you have staked your Duck tokens and you have enough, you will see here in this bar your Duckstarter level. Then you'll see some information about the IDO, and then you'll see if you are whitelisted. And apparently I was whitelisted for the Shadows network and I didn't even know. So I guess this is why they usually overbook the pools, because some people apparently don't get the emails, or they forget, or they're not able to make it. So I was one of those persons who got selected, who was whitelisted and didn't even know about it. So yeah, it was a sad little moment for me. Thankfully, on my level, I would only been able to invest $250, but still, it was a pretty big launch, so that would have been some very nice gains. So my advice to you is put the time of the launch in your agenda and check it out at least 12 hours before if you're whitelisted or not. Don't just rely on your email. Go to the Duckstarter page and see if you have been selected. Now, I can already say that I'm really amazed. I've been trying to get into Polkastarter. I've basically done every whitelisting as possible. So I've been trying to get into 14, 15 projects already, and I haven't been selected a single time. Now, I wasn't able to get into Vortex DeFi because I didn't do my KYC yet. But as soon as I did my KYC, I tried to enter Shadow Network, AmpNet, and Labs, and I actually got whitelisted for all of them. So I could be very lucky, but right now it seems like the odds are in your favor on Duckstarter. So if you're thinking about investing in one of these launchpads, right now I have to say I have to favor Duckstarter. So today we'll take a look at the Labs launch. It's only in 4 hours, so I'll record it all live so you'll know exactly what happens and how to get in. So please do keep in mind, as soon as you know that you're whitelisted, it doesn't mean that you'll get the tokens. That is very important. So it will be still first come, first serve. As I said, I was one of the people who didn't go to the Shadows network simply because I didn't know, and that's why they overbooked these pools. So the first thing I suggest that you do is go to the pool. Right here it says I can contribute max of $400. You don't have to do the max. Then you click approve. So you already set up your wallet, so you don't have to do it when the pool opens. So just to prove your wallet right now, it costs about $8 to link the app and the approval and the spending limit of Duckstarter to your wallet. To avoid it, you have to do it each time. I would say put the spend limit on $1,000 because it's very unlikely that you'll ever have a project that you'll be able to contribute $1,000 to. Also keep in mind, if Duckstarter would ever get hacked, if there's a problem with the smart contracts, then the Duckstarter app does have access to your wallet up to $1,000 in USDC. So please use a wallet only for this. Put the necessary amount on it and otherwise leave it empty. This is just good advice in general for all the apps. So I approved my spending limit, and as soon as the sale starts, so it starts on Sunday the 7th at 3 p.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. but I don't think it will take that long to get sold out. In this case there was a problem. The initial sale was done on Friday, but they had some DDoS attacks, so it got messed up, so they're continuing this Sunday. This is why there's already $70,000 deposited, and there is still 130,000 available to be sold. All right, while we are waiting, we're going to take a look at the Medium post. You can always find these. Just type in Duckstarter and then the name of the project and then Medium, and you'll get a post like this, usually done by Zoran, which is one of the members of DuckDao. Scroll down, they give you some more information on the Duckstarter tiers. I think everybody who was farming last year was able to get those Duck tokens on the cheap. Right now it's getting a lot more expensive. The Duck token is now $2 at time of recording this video, so you need at least $4,000 to get into the bronze level, which is the minimum. Then we keep scrolling down, then we see how many seats are available and what the maximum individual cap is that you can spend on that specific project. So right now, if we're in the silver level, there are 120 seats. Of course, this begs the question, with how many people am I competing? Thankfully, there is a very easy way to find out more or less how much your competition is. So let's go to CoinGecko. Then we have the contract. Then we'll take a look at the contract on Etherscan. Then you click on holders. This will give you a list of all the different addresses that hold the Duck token. So right now there are only 4,000 wallets holding the token. Keep in mind, these are also people who are farming. They are not necessarily in the Duckstarter project. Next, we scroll down and we click export to CSV. So the next thing we do is import this list into Excel and then filter it, in this case, for example, between 5 and 10,000. It gives us all the people who could be eligible for the silver level. So that would, in this case, be 309 people that would be eligible. Of course, keep in mind, not everybody is entering in Duckstarter. There are also people who are just using the Duck tokens to farm. So let's just say that about 200 people might be trying to get in. If we then go back to the Medium post, that we see that about 200 people will be competing for 120 spots. So in the case of a very popular launch, that will give you about 50% chance to get in. Of course, the higher you go in the different levels, the less competition you'll have and the more seats you actually have. So if we would say, let's take a look at the Platinum level, that would need 20k in Duck tokens. Let's see how many people would be eligible there. So there would still be about 200 people eligible in this list. Do keep in mind these very big addresses, I think, are from the team itself, so it's a little bit less. So basically anyone who is in the Platinum level will be getting the tokens. So yeah, that gives you a pretty good idea of what the chances are of getting in. I honestly think the chances are higher, but we'll see that in a few minutes. If we get in, then probably the chances are higher than 50-50. This just leaves us with one thing to do, and it is wait until this timer goes to 0, and then hopefully we'll be able to assign some budget to this project. As you can see, we have 10 seconds to go. I'm here on the Duckstarter page. I opened the project, which is Labs. I already pressed the max button, and I will see if it updates or if I have to refresh. And it seems like I have to refresh. This might take a few seconds. There you go, then we press max, we press deposit, say sign, and then it seems like we have to wait. Okay, then we have to sign for the gas fees. I'll go ahead and say fast, save, confirm, and then we have to hope that we are fast enough. Do mind, I'm using a VPN, so it's a bit slower. So I spent about $40 on the transaction fees, and this on a $400 investment, so I do hope we go up more than 10% to cover this cost. Really curious if we're gonna make it, yes or no. So sadly, I got an unexpected blockchain error. This is not good. Gonna try one more time. Okay, second time, something went wrong, apparently. Try again. Okay, so I signed it a few times now. Then I decided to refresh the page. Now it seems I got deducted $400 from the wallet. I can't assign anything more. So it says you have deposited 400 USDC 0 available for your tier. So I assume mine got through. So in a few minutes, everything got filled, I think. There's still 7,000 available. So I'll just look on Etherscan, see what happened. So when looking on Etherscan, we do see a success. So tokens were transferred. We have 400 USDC tokens and then 10 for the fee. So I do think the contribution was successful. It got confirmed in 23 seconds, 7 minutes ago. So the page apparently doesn't refresh once you do your contribution. The error is something they have to work on because it's really confusing. So I propose that once you sign it, wait a few seconds, then refresh the page and see if it worked. So when we look at the address where all the USDC is going to, we can see how fast this was filled up. So the 300s are the bronze level, 500 is silver, then we have gold. We have 25 per page. So you can export this as well and see how many people try to enter in each of the levels, and then you know how crowded it was in each level. I assume that bronze was sold out quickly. So when going over all the transactions, we see it was all sold out in 4 minutes, which is pretty fast. So yeah, you have to be there from the moment that clock strikes. So yeah, just refresh the page after you did your confirmation. So first sign a message, then pay for the contract, which is about $40 if you're not being too cheap. You want it to be transferred fast. Also, don't exaggerate. It won't help that much. As you can see, you have 4 minutes. So, and then refresh the page. Otherwise, apparently you get an error. They should definitely work on that, as it was pretty confusing. And when looking at the Telegram, we see that it was not only confusing for me. So yeah, I'm afraid that's it for this video. I tried to refresh the Duckstarter page again. Sadly, they're still having issues. I think it's another DDoS attack, just as they did on Friday. So somebody or some group is trying to mess up the whole Duckstarter program, which is a bit sad, of course. The previous launches for Shadow and Vortex, they went very smooth. So this is the only one that is having some issues. I hope they can fix it, because in a few days there will be another one. So I hope they have some DDoS protection to solve this issue. But normally my transaction went through, so we should be fine. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very hands-on. As you can see, it doesn't go always smooth in crypto. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to post a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.